Welcome to Broken Tusk Rising, a Pathfinder 2nd Edition actual play in the Galarian campaign setting. We're playing through the Quest for the Frozen Flame adventure path.
I'm Shaun, and I'm playing Andreas Witchborn, the human magus.
I'm Jessica, and I'm playing Xankath, the halfling fighter.
I'm Janette, and I'm playing Jonesy, the human cleric.
This is Josh, and I'm playing Korgo, the human barbarian.
Last time on Broken Tusk Rising, the scouts ambushed a group of Burning Mammoth warriors, utterly defeating them in a humiliating, one-sided combat, but sparing the life, for now, of one warrior who surrendered. Now the party stands around this hunter, who has been tied up by Andreas. His hair is matted, his face is streaked with ugly, jagged scars, his clothes are ragged too, but he has fire in his eyes. He glares at you and sometimes even smiles cruelly, but suddenly looks panicked when you get close to him. What are you going to do with me?
I spent many years at the World Wound, fighting demons and tieflings and creatures like you. Your people have been pursuing us for a long time now, and I want to know where they are.
Well, that's a complicated question. Some are ahead of you and some are behind you.
And from which group do you belong?
I was with Picano. He's ahead of you.
How did Picano come to join the Burning Mammoth?
I don't know all that. But you're worms beneath the feet of the boy with eyes of dawn and dusk. I don't know his plan. I don't know how he gained the lady's favor. But Kappa and Grokoak would have known more, but you killed them.
Well, lucky for you, I left you alive. Tell me what makes the boy so important to you. Why is he someone you're willing to follow behind?
He does the bidding of the lady.
And who is the lady?
Ivarsa.
Yes, I've heard that name before.
She's the keeper of stories. She tells us of the traitorous Broken Tusks, who stole the flame and left the rest to fight the hordes without it. She has enlisted powerful allies. She will win the flame back. You will all die. Sacrifices on the altar of our victory.
Who stole the flame, exactly?
The Broken Tusks.
Then why is it in possession of Metawak?
He stole it from you.
I think you have your story mixed up.
He just glares at you.
Andreas will look over to the rest of the group, kind of shrug.
Like, he is just a soldier. He does not have all the answers we need, but there's something you can think of we could ask him.
Xankath is too busy fretting over Korgo, who was, as I recalled, very wounded.
I'm fine. So good. Where is Picano ahead of us?
Somewhere ahead of you. I don't know his plan.
Why not?
I'm just a warrior.
Do we believe him?
He was pretty detailed.
We could roll a perception.
You could, if you want.
Do that.
Try it.
That seems like a thing to do. Oh, Korgo with the 22. Double deuce.
Andreas with the 13.
Jonesy with a 20.
Xankath's super not paying attention.
She's ordering Korgo, sit down, tend to your injuries. Andreas, you're not sure. He seems frightened and maybe evasive to you, but Korgo and Jonesy, you think he's probably telling the truth. In fact, he looks pretty frightened and also uncooperative. Like, he's telling you what he knows, but he's not happy about it, and he's not happy to be here. Maybe he feels a little bad about his life being spared. You're not sure if he's thinking about revenge or something, but he's pretty surly about his current situation. But he doesn't seem to be lying.
I need you to tell me about where you've been so far. What landmarks can you point out? Make me a map. Even if you can't point out where Picano is now, show me where you saw him last.
Okay, he'll talk you through their recent movements. So it sounds like a small group of their scouts went running ahead, almost recklessly, to get ahead of your following and ahead of you. And he's not sure, but it sounds like they're going to get to Red Cat Cave soon, if they haven't already. And it sounds like Picano is somewhere days ahead of you, maybe even farther ahead.
Presumably on the way to Lost Mammoth Valley?
Maybe, yeah. That's a good guess.
I don't use the name Lost Mammoth Valley, but does this guy?
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
It sounds like, also from your probing of them, I'll roll over those perception checks. It sounds like they don't tell everybody everything.
Yeah.
Some information is being kept from the lower level warriors.
Of course, it was just like us. They wouldn't tell us anything. You know who they is.
So basically, Andreas wants to know, like, did they come to this point from the south, from the east? Did they cross a river?
It sounds like they may have taken a shortcut through the mountains and then crossed sort of around the ground around you, sort of run around you and the Broken Tusk following, and cut ahead of you. So they maybe took a shortcut through the mountains, but mostly they've been following a similar path to what you've been following.
Okay.
But they've gone sort of skirted around you.
Gotcha.
And he also doesn't seem to have a better idea of where anything is here than you do. It's not like he has a map of the area. And you also get the sense that neither do the Burning Mammoths.
Right. They're all exploring as well.
Right.
Jonesy, what do you think? What should we do with this man? I don't feel right executing him here.
Well, I believe that...
I say you let him go.
There you go. Did you hear that? I believe he's misunderstood. He's been misguided. Perhaps redemption is in his story. A young man, what is your name?
Why? Why do you want to know?
Well, it's a normal way to introduce oneself to another. You simply say, hello, my name is, and then the other responds. For instance, hello.
Yes, fine. I am Tongak the Hunter.
Yes, and a hunter, you say?
Yes.
I assume that you have your own wishes and a story that you would like your life to take?
Yes, if you let me go, I can survive here. I'm a hunter.
Well, we can't let you go, exactly. But I think...
You could also grant me a proper death and leave our bodies for the beasts. Even in death, our spirits will bring power to the following.
Right, well, that's very nice. How about you just hang out with the following for now? And I think you'll see we're actually quite nice people.
You would enslave me as a servant for your following?
Oh, no, not a slave. A guest, if you will.
You may be surprised at the hospitality of the Broken Tusk.
Hospitality. He spits in the ground. Weakness.
I've got to be honest, not comfortable with him being around our folks. Tongak, answer me this. Would you spare us if you had captured us and we surrendered? Cool. I think giving him a proper sky burial is fine.
But make it quick. Make it a quick death, though. Right? You're not going to draw this out. Right? Please?
I don't know. Rungara, how quick could you do it?
Korgo,
Rungara just looks at
I
you.
don't feel right about that.
Why?
Would you commend Picano to the same death, a man that you have grown up with? Would you not offer him the chance to redeem himself, to make good on the evils that he has done?
I'm still holding out that he's a spy. We'll see. If he's a spy, we'll let him go.
But even if he is, we could learn more from him. Perhaps in the days that he spends with us, he might come to trust us.
Yes, Tongak the Hunter might end up being one of the most productive members of society if only he is rehabilitated.
No, he's going to kill someone in their sleep. Just sky burial time.
Let's
Right,
just
Tongak?
let's just kill him quickly. That way we can deal with Korgo's wounds.
There was a time when I was in his position, when I thought that I was turned. Would you have killed me? Would you distrust me so much?
How about, all right, compromise. We'll leave him tied up. And, if he makes it, great. If he doesn't make it, great.
Andreas just, shakes his head.
I won't have it on my conscience. You're the one making the decision. I would send him back to the following, or I would set him free.
Did you ambush normal, innocent people?
Are we normal, innocent people?
Yeah. We're the good
I
guys.
understand the difference between being at war and committing a crime. This is a situation where we've captured him. It's not the heat of battle anymore. Now he stands before us. An opportunity to give him mercy is in our hands. He can be redeemed. I believe anyone can be redeemed, Korgo, but you make that decision. I'll leave it with your hands. The guilt and the blood will rest with you.
And Andreas just walks away.
I would agree. As a follower of Sarenrae yourselves, I would imagine that redemption would be deep in your hearts as well.
Korgo bleeds a little bit.
And then
Xankath
Jonesy's
tries to staunch the bleeding.
Jones is going to take a hint here.
Tongak, you know you're stupid.
He's going to do a 3-point heal.
You know you're big stupid, right?
That's 10 hit points back.
Oh.
So at least you're not dying?
Yeah, Tongak responds to your question regarding him being stupid, and he kind of looks sheepishly down at the ground.
You're so stupid.
Well, I'm not the smartest among the Burning Mammoths.
Say it. Say it.
I'm a little less smart than the others.
Just say it.
I'm stupid, okay?
All right. Korgo unties him, and then he's like, "What kind of knot is this?" then he just cuts the rope. Stupid enough. French knots. Whatever.
French knots.
Dalton knots.
Stupid Talden knots. Don't even. What is stupid? Just do it like a shoelace. All right, Tonga, you're good to go.
Deleting rope off my character sheet.
You better tell it. Just make 2 20-foot ropes. You better tell Andreas thanks. He's the only reason you're going to live.
So you're just letting me go?
I'm just letting you go. I don't want you to be around the following. I couldn't sleep well at night knowing that you could hurt someone.
Okay. That sounds like a great idea.
Bye.
You won't see me again.
Good.
Okay, so I'm walking this way. He starts walking westward, looking over his shoulder every once in a while. I'm walking this way.
Don't turn around.
Go.
Oh, don't turn around. Okay.
Jonesy walks out behind Korgo and puts a hand on his shoulder and then smiles at him like a grandpa does when he's like watching his grandkid play with like some toys and being a good kid. And he just nods at you with like the sweetest smile ever.
I hope Sister Cinder finds a way to kill him.
That's a good attitude, Korgo.
Thanks.
Should I remind you that there's something you need to do?
Search the bodies?
We search the bodies.
Ah, yes. All right, so what you find, there are 3 hunters. They each have leather armor, a sling, a spear, rope. It doesn't say how much rope.
I take the rope.
All right, well, there are 3 sections of rope, however long they are. I don't know, whatever standard rope length is, maybe 50 feet. I don't know.
You probably need 3 for those French knots.
Very technical.
They each also have 3 tinder twigs and 20 sling bullets. So that's 3 leather armor, 3 slings, 3 spears, 3 ropes of some length, 9 tinder twigs, and 60 sling bullets.
Let's each take 2 tinder twigs in case we have to start a fire real quick.
Okay.
And then the 2 different-looking guys, the more powerful warriors with the battle axes.
They've got spell books?
They each have 3 spell books.
Yes.
No.
What are the chances?
They have a javelin each, so 2 javelins. And then there are 2 battle axes. They each have a tallow bomb left. They only threw 1 tallow bomb, each of them. So they each have 1 left. And then they each had a chain shirt.
I'd take one of those tallow bombs.
Feel like Xankath should probably take the other one.
Okay.
Be able to throw stuff real good. I'll take a battle axe just so I have something else I can 2-hand. I don't have anything in case my meteor hammer, something goes wrong with it.
Is this bomb lesser or moderate?
Lesser.
Okay.
So you freed Tongak the Hunter, and that means we're back to hexploration. And you have to decide where you're going to go next. The next hex to the south is plains. It's not as obvious as maybe it should be on the map, but that's supposed to be plains. And then to your west, there's forest, and to the east, there's mountains. Where do you want to go? Oh, you know what? Actually, before we do that, I'm making a mistake here. You only did your first travel activity. You need to do your second travel activity to move into the hex that you're currently in.
We do that.
Sorry about that. So on the 20th, that was the 20th that we were just playing out there. On the 21st, you finish traveling into the hills that you're currently in.
And it's Desness, right?
That's right. This is the 21st of Desness. You finish entering the hills. The following is a short distance behind you. And on the 21st, the Burning Mammoth following appears on the map.
Ooh, that is closer than I am comfortable with.
Right. Sorry, before we keep going, is this the same day still, or is this the next day?
No, it's the next day now.
Okay.
Is there anything else you wanted to do on the 20th?
Yeah, just heal up Korgo.
Okay.
Fine. Why is everyone so worried about me all the time?
Korgo, you are bleeding quite profusely.
You almost died, buddy.
I'm a big, strong man.
Yes, you are, but you need to sit down and let Jonesy help you.
Ooh.
Maybe.
The first
Okay.
time, Jonesy didn't do great, but that's okay. We have lots of time. There we go. 9?
Right, fine.
I'm going to be doing, instead of asking you to do perception checks all the time, I'm just going to sort of streamline things and do some secret perception checks,
Sure.
if that's okay with everyone.
Yeah. As long as you roll high.
As long as I okay, well, I promise I will only roll high then. Okay, so that's the 21st. On the 22nd, you have your first reconnoiter activity. On the 23rd, you have your second reconnoiter activity. And let's do these secret checks here.
Do we do our bonus,
And you need to decide. Yes, before the reconnoiter activities, it doesn't really matter right now, but before the reconnoiter activities, you need to decide whether you want to do anything to throw the Burning Mammoth following off your tracks or anything. You need to decide on your delay activities. So you have your conceal tracks. You can't ford a river. There's no river here. Or you could plant false tracks, or you could think of something else.
I think if possible, we should plant false tracks just because this Tongak knows that we were here. So it'd be best to make it look like we went somewhere we didn't go.
Makes sense.
Okay. So I need a deception check or a lore check for hill terrain.
I've got a 5 for deception.
You're it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
You're the liar.
I was going to suggest that we, mount their heads on spikes and stuff, but, whatever. We don't have to be totally metal.
22.
Yeah.
Oh.
22. Nice. All right. So that's a success. Not a critical success, but a success.
Yeah.
And as a result, the Burning Mammoths will waste 1 day at this hex, and they will have to split up to try to follow the false tracks. And that will have consequences for the next Burning Mammoth encounter down the road.
Nice.
I really thought they were 30 days behind us now.
Way further behind us than that.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't move as often as us, but still.
You're not taking into account that you guys have planted a lot of things behind you that will delay them significantly.
Yeah, I
we're
think they
good.
move. In the last map, they were moving every 3 days, so they're
That's right.
15 days behind us, plus our deceptions.
Plus, yeah.
That's right.
They're
You
so
have added
slow.
at least 6 more days of trickery. And in fact, in the hills to the north of you, they will get lost for a bit, which is going to mean they will travel sort of in the wrong direction, wasting some additional movement. So yeah, they're not even as close as they look in terms of time.
We also have that food.
Let's just let's dilly-dally a little bit. You guys want to go into this forest?
I mean, we're following
A
what's
little
his
bit.
face in there at this point, but sure. Let's go explore.
Just make sure he really gets out of here.
Act like we're hunting him just to see him flee. Nope, that's a terrible thing. We shouldn't
We
do that.
just bully him the whole way.
Yeah, he did actually run toward those woods. Tongak, the hunter, did.
Yeah, I'm fine with going that way.
Okay. You want to move the following into the woods?
Yes.
Do they ever collect wood and stuff? I mean, that would, they gotta load up on their wood. I don't know.
You gotta rebuild the Toivois.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
All right,
Sure.
If that's the case, then we would definitely do that.
I don't think we've asked the following once what they would like to do.
Nope.
They don't get a vote. You're the scouts. You get to decide where they go.
Maybe they would like one.
The Mammoth Lords are like, whatever.
It's cool. You guys are like doing a good job. Real proud of you.
Whatever you guys think.
Anyways, I'm just gonna hang out here with all my babies.
Stop collecting babies.
Southwest. We're going to go southwest.
All
then.
right, southwest. You lead the following into the woods. This is the... Let's see. This is the 24th that happens.
Is it?
Yes. So the 21st, you have travel activity number 2. The 22nd, you have reconnoiter activity 1. The 23rd is reconnoiter activity 2.
Oh, because it was a hill. Right.
Because it was a hill. And then the 24th, you enter the woods, which also takes 2 travel activities, right? Because it's also a difficult terrain.
Yeah.
All right. And let me roll everybody's checks here. I need like a script that just rolls everybody's perception checks.
I bet
secretly.
there is one of those.
I bet there is. You enter the woods. Andreas, you're constantly imagining or hearing, you're not sure, the sounds of movement all around you. But these woods are mostly empty. You can see squirrels and birds flying around. Well, the squirrels aren't flying, but the birds are flying. The squirrels climbing around, animals making normal noises. Nothing really unusual, except that Andreas thinks there's something going on. There's someone following you, or there's just something nearby.
It's not Tongak, but I think someone's following us.
And there's still snow here in the woods, here at the foothills of the mountains. It's peaceful, though. It's peaceful and quiet. You do a little bit of hunting. The following appreciates an opportunity just to get out of the plains and the hills to do something different. But nothing exciting happens. You have your 2 days of travel activity, your 2 days of reconnoitering, and nothing exciting happens here in the woods. And that takes us up through the 27th. And on the 27th, the Burning Mammoths move.
Wait, before we go, I'm wondering if I have something to detect somebody or possibly leave something behind so we can scry on the area, but I'm not certain that I have that.
What's the range on alarm?
It's only 20-foot burst.
Duration is 8 hours.
Yes.
So you could set it behind the following, and then it would potentially trigger if somebody moves through or follows after us.
Can I be anywhere, though?
I think so.
I don't have to be within a certain range?
Yeah, I have no idea what the range on.
I think it could actually work.
You could put a pot of gold behind you and then see if anybody stumbles upon it.
No, I want that pot of gold, Mike.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's try that. So far, I'm not seeing anything about not being close to it, so I think I can be anywhere.
I mean, as long as you use the mental trait instead of the auditory trait, I would think. Though I guess the auditory trait goes with you and doesn't stay with the spell. I don't know.
I think it might still probably... I don't know.
Alarm sends your choice of a mental alert or an audible alert.
Mental alert.
Yeah, just do the mental one so that you psychically know if somebody triggered the area.
Mental alarm set.
All right, you set a little mental alarm behind you, behind the following, and you resume traveling. Where do you want to go next?
Could we pause one moment?
Sure.
While one of these evenings we're gathered around the fire.
Sure.
Xankath is going to look over at Jonesy and Andreas and say, well, based upon what we're chasing, I think some extra knowledge would be handy for Korgo and I. What can you tell us about demons?
Well, this is what I studied my whole life for. Prepare for the lecture.
Oh dear, what have I gotten myself into?
Do you want me to get the slides, sir?
When a fiend and another fiend love each other very much.
We don't have to actually go into all the things that Jonesy and Andrea, but I felt like it needed to be asked. Like, there needed to be a conversation where you guys filled us in on what knowledge you have of demons. If we want to do the scene, I'm here for it. But I don't know how much knowledge you guys, players, actually have of demons, so...
I want to know everything. I want to see the slides, as long as they're pictures. No words on those. If there's more than a sentence on any slide, I'm going to destroy that computer.
Don't worry, I made them all memes.
They're all
Okay.
Yes. Nice.
We're good
I
then.
had to fight for them because Andreas wanted to use actual diagrams, but it's better this way.
The anatomical analysis of these demons and their weak points is essential to defeating them.
I can't read charts.
Basically, hundreds of years ago, something terrible happened in Mendev. A portal to the literal abyss opened, and demons poured through. In war after war, some of which lasted for years, the Shining Crusade fought back against the World Wound and its demons. Jonesy and I were there for the last kind of stand, most recent crusade, in which somehow a group of adventurers were able to basically become demigods, fight back against one of the archdemons of the abyss, destroy him. I think they might have cheesed it a little bit. Some sort of hack, perhaps. And, well, they closed it. But not before thousands of people and hundreds of miles of good land were ravaged by the demons.
Are you saying that we're going to have to become demigods in order to take out this individual?
Well, it is my hope that Matuak does not have such power. He has the burning flame, which was able to protect Broken Tusk, or whatever the following was called before then. But, hopefully he is not of such ascended power. We fought many when we were in the Crusade. Most of them were just foot soldiers, like any of us. People that were twisted by demonic forces. Even if that is all we face, I still fear for our futures.
What about... how do they have certain weaknesses? Is there anything we need to know going into this fight? Is there a way we can... Do they injure like we injure, or is there something more to it?
Mike, would you prefer that I roll a demon lore, or...
Sure,
Okay.
yeah, let's roll a demon lore and see. I mean, I'm going to give you a good bit of leeway here because of your background.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see how thorough you're able to be.
Oh, yeah,
Ooh,
that's a
25.
25.
Pretty thorough.
Nice.
Yeah, give them some useful information here.
Skill check, demon. I like that.
If we go with, like, a basic level 1 demon, talking kind of metagame-wise, demons are vulnerable to good damage and are frequently going to have a weakness to cold iron.
I always deal good damage.
Yes, you
That's
do,
right,
Korgo.
Korgo. Yes, you do.
But beyond that, all demons come in all shapes and sizes. Usually they are embodiments of some sort of sin. Whether that be pride or lust or rage. And the equal and opposite virtue, those things that the good gods honor and encourage in humanity and other humanoids, those things can act as a sort of mental counter to their influence. If you were to reject the advances of a succubus, you would literally cause it mental pain, allowing you to weaken it. But their power is great. If a demon wants you to subvert you to following along their path, it is not an easy thing to resist.
So basically, the question comes down to what kind of demon Matuak is. Possessed by? Is that the correct terminology?
I would presume so. It seemed that Siostic himself was possessed by some evil force. Don't know if it was a demon or something else, but it sounds like Matuak or maybe even a Varsa are affected by the demons. And if we can find out what sort of demon, that might give us an advantage.
Any way to find that out short of having a conversation with Matuak and politely asking?
If we can hear stories of the way that they act, the way that they treat their followers, the sorts of sins that they commit in pursuing their goals, that may give us some leverage.
Okay, well, that's very informative. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Xankath, for asking. I didn't want to force it on anybody.
I only understood maybe 10% of what you said. It was like you had a jug of milk and I had a little cup and you poured the whole jug of milk and there was milk everywhere.
Just stand next to Jonesy. He'll take care of you.
That was a very good analogy.
What? Whoa, what is the abyss? Why are they over here? Why did they come through? What do they look like?
They look like all sorts of things. They come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. All of them terrible. And as for why they are here, I think they just want to consume, to destroy.
So hypothetically, we should be able to follow a trail of some sort of destruction to find Metwalk, whether it be somebody's greedy and we see evidence of their greed or something along those lines.
It's a reasonable example, yes.
All right.
The evening passes quietly in conversation, and the next day is the 28th of Desnus, and you have to decide where you're going to go. Do you want to head into the forest to the south, the plains to the southeast, or the hills to the southwest? And do you want to do another activity to mislead the Burning Mammoths?
Yes, definitely activity.
Can we do an activity to make our footprints here even more obvious?
You want to plant false tracks?
I mean, it's not false at this point. We're here.
Okay, sure.
But I guess it is plant frost tracks, really?
I mean, if you just want to let them see where you are, then you don't need to do anything. You can just keep going on your way.
What I was thinking is if we go, because we want to be going east, so if we go southeast and we conceal our tracks there, then, but if we could do something here as well, we might as well.
Yeah, I'd say we just conceal our tracks amongst the trees. Maybe it'll be even easier. And then we keep going.
All right. Someone give me a survival or an athletics check.
Whoa, hold up. Everybody wait. Andreas, Xankath, you almost tripped over these 2 hero points on the ground. Watch out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, good idea. All right, so Xankath and, thank you for reminding me.
That could have been
Xankath
bad.
and Andreas each take a hero point. That's a useful, productive, and entertaining conversation.
Thanks. I'll use it wisely.
I'll probably forget to use it, but thanks.
Use it quickly. Use it now.
I have a plus 11 athletics. Does anybody beat that on survival?
No, I do not.
Nope.
Okay, I'll roll that. That's an 18.
18 is a failure for concealed tracks.
Snap.
Yeah. All that means is nothing changes.
Can I see if I help?
Well, you could have helped, but I think it's too late now.
Oh, no.
You could have only given him a +1. It wouldn't
Andreas,
have.
no.
Actually, I think his help does +2, doesn't it?
Oh.
If I get a 30,
Oh,
which would be
okay.
difficult.
Yeah.
It's possible.
So you're not able to conceal any tracks, but it doesn't really hurt anything. It just means you didn't slow them down any more than they're already slowed down, which is a lot. So that means we're here on the 28th. Where do you want to go?
Yeah, southeast.
Yeah.
Southeast?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, southeast. So you move to the southeast into the plains, and let me go ahead and roll my checks here.
Don't forget about the alarm.
And the alarm, after 8 hours, which is how long it lasts, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
After 8 hours, the alarm does not go off.
Oh.
So Andreas rolled a 1, basically, is what I'm hearing.
I didn't say that.
Thought I was being clever.
But in any case, nothing seems to have been following you, or at least nothing that was interested in disturbing your alarm. So you all enter this hexagon. It is plains. You're now back on the sort of the fastest route southward. The plains are open and empty. Occasionally you'll see some deer moving around in the distance or some elk, but there's not a lot going on here. The next day, you do your reconnoiter activity. So the 29th, you do your reconnoiter activity. And that evening, as you're setting up camp, as you're traveling across the plains, and for the sake of the listeners, I should explain, there are forests to your west, there are hills and mountains to your east. The following is still trudging along behind you, still well ahead of the Burning Mammoths. And in the late afternoon, as you begin to set up camp, you hear the sound of someone running toward your camp.
That's probably fine.
As you're camping on top of this hill, you can see this person running up one hill and then down another and then running up your hill. And she runs up to you, jogging in place. And it's Panuaku, who is Wipakoa's sister. And she, you may remember, she mentioned that Panuaku may want to come and talk to you.
Xankath is absolutely pointing an arrow at her before she realizes who it is.
Yeah, she doesn't seem to have noticed. In any case, she's jogging in place in front of all of you and says, "Hey, I don't suppose you have the energy left for a bit of hunting, huh? Huh, big guy? Huh? Want to do some running? Huh?" And she slaps Korgo on the back, and then she turns to Jonesy and Andreas and smiles and still jogging in place. Hey, you guys. Hey, maybe you guys are maybe you're getting too old for this? You're like an old married couple retiring to the tent at the end of a short day, am I right? Am I right or am I right? She winks at you and continues jogging in place.
Jonesy awkwardly winks back at her.
Hey, I know Xankath's ready to go, right? She's always ready. Watch out for this one. And she jogs over and pats Xankath on top of the head.
Xankath looks just exhausted at this level of enthusiasm.
So what do you say, huh? You want to help? You want to help me?
Remembering the discussion about demons we had 2 days before, Andreas squints his eyes at her and rolls a perception check.
Okay. All right.
15.
This looks like Panuaku to you. She's a little bit much, which is exactly what Wipakoa said.
Yeah, I'll go hunting.
Sure.
Yeah. Cool. Great. So let's go. So I spotted some spoor from some ringhorn rams nearby. They're good eating. I could use some help with them. They can really run, you know? They can really run fast. You could use the exercise. Let's go.
Yes.
Andreas begins an old man lope.
What we're going to do then is we're going to do another narrative skill challenge. Your goal is to keep up with Panuaku and the Rams and make a meaningful contribution to the hunt. She has a speed of 35, so it's not easy.
Oh.
Only Hurangara can move that fast, right? So I want two of you to first tell me how you use a skill or ability or something to keep up with Panuaku or to help someone else keep up with Panuaku. And then I want the other two to tell me how you help her kill or capture these ringhorn rams.
Oh, no.
Each successful skill check will get you 1 point, or 2 points for a critical success. A failure gets you 0, and a critical failure will cost you a point, and you need 3 points to succeed.
Anybody have feelings about what they do?
No.
Does she have crazy long legs like all the people in this campaign?
Yeah.
She is a twin of Whippa.
Jonesy would make a good backpack. Could possibly just hang on to her and then bless her. I don't know.
I was thinking my plus 11 to stealth might be good for getting the rams.
That would be good.
I have a spell that I have prepared today. I can cast Longstrider, which will make my speed 35,
Classic.
but just for an hour. But hopefully that's enough to kind of give me a start on this adventure.
Yeah, I'll consider that a success if you want to use a resource, specifically a resource that lets you go faster. Yeah, I'll consider that a success.
Cast it.
Can Korgo ride Thunberg? Now the moose's speed's only 30 feet, but it's faster.
That's right. If you want to use some sort of ability with Thunberg to somehow urge Thunberg to go faster, that's fine.
Use your nature.
Yeah.
That face just has all the confidence in the world there, Josh.
Yeah.
Is that a good one, Mike? Roll nature.
You can try that.
22.
Ooh, that's a success. All right, so you have 2 successes.
Zanks can ride Hungara.
Yes, that's absolutely what's
We
happening.
did the 2 for following her. Now we need the 2 for hunting.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're good.
So you're able as a group to keep up with Andreas sometimes maybe carrying someone and maybe Greta also carrying someone, with Korgo urging Greta to go faster. You're able to catch up, but when you finally catch up to these ringhorn rams, there are 3 of them, which is quite a lot, and they're pretty big and tough. Now, we're not going to play out of combat. I just want you to tell me what you do to try to hunt these 3 ringhorn rams.
Xankath is going to sneak around them to get into a position to kind of pincer them.
Okay, so you're making a stealth check.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll stealth.
I have a plus 11 and it's only a 17. Wait, I have a hero point. I'm going to use it.
Yeah. Do it.
I think technically you have 2 hero points.
Oh,
29.
29 is a critical success,
Yeah.
which gets you 2 points, which means you already have 4 points. You only needed 3 to succeed. Does anybody else want to do anything for 1 more point?
I was thinking Jonesy, with his plus 10 to medicine, could examine the rams from a distance and determine which one might be the weakest, where like a weak spot is.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Give that a try. Maybe one of them's injured or something. Maybe you can gain some advantage.
22.
Mike seems skeptical, but I like it.
Yep.
Also,
I'm a
you're
little
not
skeptical.
You're not frightened anymore, so it's a 23.
Oh, am I still frightened?
It's
Yes.
You've got a -1 on there.
There we go.
It's been a long couple days for Jonesy.
Oh my god.
But that demon talk.
I raised the DC a little bit, but you still pass. So that's actually a 5th point. So that's great. Yeah, so you are able to successfully catch these 3 exhausted ringhorn rams. Do you want to hunt them or do you want to try to capture them? Panawaku's plan is just to hunt them and bring the meat back to the following.
I don't know.
Andreas is cool with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, meat good. Must feed many people.
All right, well, Panawaku is excited. She's really happy with the results. Wow, that was great. You were really moving. And I love how you did the thing with that thing. I'm impressed. I'm so impressed. I'm going to let you choose 2 prizes from among my stuff, which is awesome and generous of me, right? I think it is. You probably agree, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so here's my stuff. And she opens up her pack and she lays out some supplies in front of you. And here are the things that you can choose 2 batches of, 2 sets of, right? So the first thing you could choose is a coil of 200 feet of sturdy rope and a professional fishing tackle.
Boring.
The next thing is a specialist snare kit and a beautiful ivory pendant depicting an eagle's head.
Okay.
Ooh.
I like the pendant. I don't care so much about the snare.
Well, that snare is worth 55 gold.
Ooh.
So it's not insignificant. Would she be offended if Andreas detected magic?
Oh, no, not at all. But she'll just straight up tell you it's not magic.
Don't trust her. Do it.
I kind of want that necklace.
And then finally, the third thing, a blowgun, her grandfather's blowgun, with 10 silver blowgun darts and 10 cold iron blowgun darts.
Ooh. Is
Shaun's
somebody...
What?
I think we need that, guys.
I might die if I don't get that.
I assume one of us is able to use that.
You're totally proficient with the blowgun.
Okay.
Is that like a tranquilizer
Yeah.
blowgun? Cool.
Without the
Oh, it's
tranquilizing.
just a
Yes.
killing tranquilizer gun.
Yes. It's just a way to shoot darts.
It's a murder gun.
It's a murder gun.
You're giving away your grandfather's blowgun?
Maybe look at it first, Jess. I don't know how you. It's 20-foot range. It's got a reload of 1, so it's like slower than your bow. It only does 1 point of damage. So if you're not shooting something that if you're not putting poison on it, or if it's not shooting something that is weak against that element, it's not going to do a boatload.
I mean, yes, but we can take 2 items. So
Oh yeah, right.
I say take that, and then we can take the pendant and the snare.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what, Andreas, make a craft check.
Oh, I actually have that.
I know.
17.
17. Yeah, that's fine. That ivory pendant is worth 15 gold pieces.
Smoke it. Nice.
That's a new one.
That's a classic.
Don't think I've heard John say smoking before.
All right, well, Panawaku says, okay, well, that's great. Thanks for helping. I'll see you guys again next time. The fun's in the chase, right? I'm going to keep chasing stuff and having fun. And so I guess I'll see you all back at the following, right? Okay, Well, later. Bye.
See ya.
See ya.
That was fun. Thanks.
Bye there. See you later, guys.
I think she stole that gun from her grandfather.
What a nice young lady.
I want to have what she's having.
I cannot. I have not had that kind of energy since I was quite young.
I'm old enough now that I'm no longer envious, and I'm just impressed.
All right. And that is the end of, let's see, what day is that? Oh my gosh.
28th?
That was
29th?
the 29th. And then on the 30th, where do you want to move?
Did that count as our bonus activity for the day? We don't want to high tracks or all that fun stuff.
Concealing your tracks or the delay activities, those actually take place after your travel day. So if you want to do something, you can do that if you want to take one of those activities.
Hey, Mike, is that low grade, standard grade, or high grade silver and cold iron? Does it matter?
It doesn't say.
It only matters if you're adding a rune to it. So I would say just go with the low.
Just low grade for now. Okay. Thank you.
Because it's the ammunition. There's no reason for it to be higher.
Okay.
I'll do another athletics check to conceal our tracks.
I'm going to help.
Okay.
And then let's go to the hills, maybe.
Yes, thank you for your help, Korgo.
I just want to help. +1. Oh, it doesn't matter.
Ooh, nice.
That puts me to an 18.
That is not a success, I'm afraid.
That's how she goes.
So, once again, you're not able to conceal your tracks, but that's okay.
I feel like I need a big blending stick or something.
It's like everyone's got such big feet.
Jonesy keeps
right,
doubling back.
It looks like it's the right thing to do.
Stop walking in circles, Jonesy.
But they'll never know where we went if it's all circular.
So that was the 30th.
Does Desnas have 30 or 31 days?
31.
Okay.
30 days hath Desna. I don't know any of the other months to continue my joke.
All right, so the 31st, you continue traveling into the hills. The 1st of Serenith.
On the 31st, in the evening, Andreas does a whole bunch of Desna ceremonies with his incense and his meteor hammer and stays up way too late, and he's kind of hungover the next day.
All right. Are you fatigued?
Yes.
The next day, after a long night of prayer and meditation, poor Andreas is fatigued. But nothing really exciting happens. Let me roll some checks to see if you spot anything interesting. Do you want to do a delay activity?
Yes.
Why not?
What's the terrain like here? Is it still just
hills? Yeah, so you're in the hills again. You went southeast into the hills. The mountains are all around you to the east and north. To the south are more hills. To the southwest is the plains again. What do you want to do? Conceal tracks or plant false tracks or some other thing?
False trail?
That requires deception.
Yeah.
Maybe make it look like we're going into the mountains?
Sure.
But I think our highest roll is a 5 for deception.
Yes. Deception's not great for any of us, but could I use stealth instead?
No.
Okay.
This is sort of fixed by the
right.
book here.
I remember.
Yeah. My athletics is still the best chance we have, so I'll just keep trying that.
Go for it.
Helping.
Oh,
There we
23.
go. 23, that's a success.
I don't help you.
You are able to conceal your tracks. While you're looking around, I rolled a bunch of perception checks for you here in the hills. As you begin this upward path into the hills, Korgo and Xankath, you notice that the birds have stopped singing. And as you crest a ridge, you spot something before anyone else does. You see something strange on top of the next hill. There is a man lashed to a large rock. You're not sure why, but from this distance, his skin appears extremely red, and he is very tightly bound to this rock. And we'll find out what his deal is in 2 weeks.
What?
It's probably fine.
Oh.
Thanks for listening to Broken Test Rising. You can help the podcast by giving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, by following us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at The House of Bob, or by chatting with us on Discord. And most of all, by supporting us on Patreon. That's at patreon.com/thehouseofbob. This show is possible due to all our patrons who get special zines, one-shots, commentary, and currently patrons at the $10 level get a mega dungeon based on the tarot for every month. Art for this campaign is by Shaun Makes, and art for social media is by Janette. Audio production and music are by Mike. Thanks again for listening, and roll on.
And we'll find out what his deal is in 2 weeks.
What?
It's probably fine.
No.
It's probably fine.
I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah.
He showed up late to game night.
Oh, that's got what he deserved.
Who's the flayed man symbol guy from Game of Thrones?
It's just Prometheus again.
Oh.
Mike has one thing on his mind, and it's
He
Prometheus.
loves that Prometheus.
That didn't even occur to me.
Does that happen in Prometheus?
No.
Yes.
The Greek.
Well, Last to a Rock, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
You don't see any eagles pecking livers out at the moment.
Yet.
Punished for stealing fire for the mortals, I think, is the
Yep.
mythology.
You have that eagle pendant.
The frozen flame.
Oh my gosh.
He's red.
Prometheus is Saren Red. It all comes together.
All makes sense now.
That's the homebrew we need.
I feel like we need to change this show is possible due to all our patrons to this show is possible due to you or listeners like you or whatever it is the PBS thing is.
PBS thing.
This show is possible due to Mike.
Shut up and listen. I vote we do this outro in accents because then all the listeners are going to be like, where'd they get all these people to do the outros? That's so cool.
We'll get Don Fontaine to do one.